Mad Hen? Oh man. Welcome everybody to the Slab Lounge, hosted by the three Kwames, Mad Hen, Kevin Bradley, and of course Robert Haywood. I'm still technically speaking in recovery mode. It was so bad. I mean, I feel such a bitch. See, the thing is, we do our brainstorm jam sessions on Sundays and Slab Lounge right afterward, but I was so dead that I couldn't actually do any creative input into the writing jam session. Now, what we've been doing with these brain jam sessions, I won't get into detail, but it's a comedy show that we're basically making. But like I said, today was just I was blah because of Cinco de Mayo and the day after Cinco de Mayo. At the very least, I got lucky both days. But my God, I with the way I ended it, I'm pretty sure both Captain K and Bobbert want to fucking crucify me, and I cannot. I'm not even going to defend myself on that. But I will say this much. Watch Fired on Mars. That HBO Max thing, that HBO Max cartoon is actually pretty damn good. Other than that, it was just blah, blah.
Fire on Mars. I watched, what was it, Gindy's new work.
Oh yeah, I was going to bring that up too.
The unicorn. I'm like, okay, yes, alright. I wasn't really, I don't know, I didn't really fuck that much with Primal that much. I thought it was okay, I don't know. I'm a Samurai Jack and Unicorn person.
Oh yeah, no. Unicorn Eternals, Warriors Eternals looks so...
It is so good.
It really is. I love that robot. I love Copernicus like a mother. Copernicus is... I can really fuck with Copernicus all damn day.
Primal's great and all, but I don't know. I feel like there's a disconnect there. It's kind of this caveman dinosaur. I don't know. Doesn't make that much sense. Now some steampunk shit, yeah. Japanese katana guy in the future with Samurai Jack, yes. Give me more of that. But other people for Primal, come on there, comment. Be like, why you like Primal? It looks okay. I just never really got into it, but I'm a Guinea fan.
There are tons of things that I've never gotten into for this or that. I can say that the cast of the X-Men animated series revival has been released. It's more or less the same with the exception. Obviously, Charles isn't going to be there because it takes place a couple months after he went with Lilandra. And, Storm got her hair changed, but I don't really care about that. Everyone else looks exactly the same. So Rogue is still in her green-typed, really hot outfit. Jubilee is still in those dumbass blue shorts, etc., etc.
I mean, if you want to go realistic with this X-Men shit, let's talk about realistic. Well, X-Men, and you know what? Let's talk about how most of these superheroes, these women who wear these really tight, very sexy clothing, like Rogue's outfit in X-Men, really tight, very hot. I'm just saying, let's talk about the yeast infections and shit. Let's get real. Let's have that discussion.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because I brought up the whole thing with yoga pants disease. No one knows what it is, but everyone is afraid of getting it. And the thing is, it's probably just that, a yeast infection. The only outfit that I honestly have a problem with is Jean Grey. Holy crap, I mean, that... What?
It's really weird, right? With her personality, it's you're almost the most new one here, and it doesn't mess with your Mormon type of personality that's on the show, right?
Wait, she's a Mormon?
No, but I'm just saying, there's a disconnect there with, her costume is the one of the most revealing, skimpy of them, and yet she's kind of it doesn't make sense. It doesn't track.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. And the thing is, she's just and
she had to choose this, right? She chose this outfit. It's not like it was a team outfit where it's some of the modifications. It's everyone has different shit. I mean, Storm went so much as like I'm having a wings costume, actual wings underneath my fucking shit. Like I'm out here like Shaka Khan in this bitch. Like,
and she is hot for it. I mean, like, I've always considered Storm to be the better love interest than Jean fucking Grey. I don't care if Jean Grey has telekinesis and is psychic and nonsense like that. Storm, she can make me wet any day.
well, the hot thing about Jean would be defiling her and making her go against her normal morality. That's the hot thing, is corrupting Jean, i.e. Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, I mean, that's what I be all about. And then she wouldn't be Dark Phoenix, I'll be like Black Phoenix, but not Blackface. That's
I mean, that's actually Dark Phoenix's entire shtick. Ever since she started, ever since the Phoenix was all like, what's this stuff called feelings? Dude, I'm in love with this. And then when she fucked with the Hell Club, the Inner Circle, like that one psychic was just introducing her to all sorts of depraved shit, and she was just, and the Dark Phoenix was literally enjoying it because it's a new sensation. Only thing is, the Dark Phoenix is just all like, yeah, no, I knew you were using me. You're just, fuck you. I'm done.
Well, I mean, I forgot what anime they did a thing about this. I want to say it was Psychopath, but it's not. But it might have been, where they're saying like the most easily corruptible is the one who's the most pure, because it's easy to take one drop of like ink on a pure white sheet of paper and just defile that, compared to if you're already defiled, it's like adding a little extra. It's not going to do anything, you know.
That's just nah. I've never really subscribed to that saying, because anyone can be capable of great good and great evil. It's just depending on the person and their self-control.
But isn't it usually the person who's the most righteous, when they snap and turn evil, they are the most fucked up evil person ever, right? Like really fucked up shit.
I mean, again,
technically, yeah, because they don't know where the line is.
Right there, they're just extreme. They can't. There's no middle ground for them. They're just, I was already this 100% on this moral ground. They snap and go the other way. It's not a 60 half-ass whatever. It's full 100% other evil. Now we're in the opposite direction.
I mean, I never really subscribed to that saying. This just boils down to self-control. You'll find the line. That's the thing. You have to find the line. If you don't, well, then you'll either OD or you'll do something so stupid that you'll just get killed from it.
Well, I mean, there's some people that go do super stuff that's super stupid. It's not, but this is not sustainable. It's just like, it's a flash in the pan, but they get enough people to follow them for that 1 second. That is super horrible, you know.
No, I completely no. You know what? I retract my statement. You're right, Robert. You are right, because people will follow stupid. You want to know how I know that? It just came to me in a flash of brilliance as I'm still recovering, because I completely forgot Hathaway followed Quest no matter how stupid she was. And he still got her revenge, still vengeance for her, despite the fact that she is literally the embodiment of first world problems. The bitch is just want to fucking. But that's the whole thing with the Gundam universe, isn't it? Everyone, especially in Wing, everyone's waifu was basic. Like Wu Fei's waifu, the bitch with the pigtails, followed him around like horny as fuck. Thank God she had the foresight to just up and leave his ass during Endless Waltz. Even that is probably debatable. What the fuck was so good about Wu Fei? What did she see in that son of a bitch who was a failed assassin?
Wu Fei, I hated him because he was too strict in all the Gundam Wings. Like, he was just, you already knew, like, like when he showed back up in Endless Waltz as like a police officer, and like basically looked like he was switching sides and shit, I was not surprised at all because he was too wound up in the original on that shit. Like, you know, it was just like a really weird kind of dynamic with him because like when he was together with everyone else, did everyone else think like they could be together? I mean, I know like was it Tristan for Heavy Arms? He's kind of weird, keeps to himself, but I'm like, okay, he just does that. Then you had the naive, fuck that guy who pilots Sam Rocker or whatever. He's like, okay, yeah, the naive idealist with the rich parents. Okay, we get him. Hero was the hardcore Marine guy, military guy. Everyone got him.
No.
And then you had Duo, who was fun, kind of loose, like go with the flow, but could be serious. And that's what I'm saying. Wufong stuff on there, he was kind of weird in the dynamic. He was too rigid. And most of his shit.
Too rigid. I'll give you too rigid. Piece of shit.
Well, and also his Gundam thing with the arm extended. I always thought extending your arm was the worst ability a Gundam can get. You don't want fucking all this expensive machinery to be extended out that anyone, if they dodge, can easily just cut off or damage. Like, it's super dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but in that same argument, like, Gundam 01 was probably the most fucking expensive.
Oh,
because before Wing Zero showed up, it was the only one that was transforming around the place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could transform into a bird, and like the configuration for that shit.
For its function for battle purposely, because technically, if you had sent 5 of those down, Operation Meteor would have happened.
It would have happened, but the problem with their plan was so dumb. Was like, we don't want to get caught, so we have 5 different independent people doing almost the same shit, and let's see what happens. That was the problem. That was the problem. It was just like, let's just have 5 different people just doing wherever the fuck they want, and no one's communicating with anyone.
Well, and it makes it worse because even with those 5, it was 5 different people in charge of it, but 5 different scientists in charge of the actual project. So, even though, like, because in Troa's situation, like, the Bartons were in charge of it, but the scientist doesn't technically work for the Bartons. So the Bartons are still planning to do their plan, but the scientist is like, oh, your son died. How sad.
Oh, yeah,
okay, you random person, go get in the ship.
How did
like,
he die again? Like, how the fuck did he die again? I know it was from a gunshot. Who shot him?
Oh, it was one of the other soldiers that was not soldiers, mechanics that was there with him. Because remember, he was arguing with them, and he kept being like, "I'm gonna go tell my father," and then the mechanic shot him because he was like, "No, he's a dumbass. He's gonna get us killed."
Oh,
that's the problem.
It was like nobody was really mad about the fact that he killed him. It was the fact that it was like, well, fuck, he's a Bart. That's really the only issue that existed, which was why Troll was sent. Because they still needed a body to represent them. But initially, yeah. If they sent a good suit, even that shithead could have won the battle. But at the same time, that shithead. So, like I said, in Robert's case, like he said, it was divided into 5 independent parties. But then on top of that, the actual projects of the Gundams themselves were by 5 different scientists under those 5 different people. So, the scientists technically didn't have to listen to anybody other than the person paying them. And clearly, depending on which one of those they were, they didn't give a fuck about that either. So, I don't understand how any of the plan was going to work, aside from, you know, the concept if it had been, like, done in the Universal Century timeline. Like, they would have done the shit right. They would have, in an actual Universal Century timeline, somebody would have been sitting over there calculating out the vectors. They'd have figured out something. The moment that somebody was all whiny and weak like Catcher, they'd be like, shoot him, be done, and then just move on. Because, you know, Federation didn't play that bullshit. They weren't lingering. Whereas Wing's like, oh, Catcher's crying. We can hold off the battle for an hour. We got time.
Well, because
literal people in the background screaming from explosions. Nah, let Hero look off into the distance so stoically for a few minutes. He must gather his fighting spirit.
All right, Robert, what were you trying to say?
I was saying Wing is weird because it's like, yeah, none of the people were on the same project. It was weird because later in the later episodes, it showed that the scientists were the most important of the 5 because it was like all 5 were together and they needed the 5 scientists to get together, and somehow they got crews together to work to repair these Gundams. They never explained how this shit happened.
Yeah, it makes even less sense when you think about the location, because think about each one of them. Some of them make sense. So, in the case of Wu Fei, that scientist was at least over there by the colony. So it made sense that Wu Fei ended up with that scientist. With Duo, he was coming in to blow up the gun. So he ran into that scientist. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Hero got
like Duo
over.
I got to admit, though, Duo scientists, man. If of all the scientists,
oh yeah, Duo scientist was always kind of.
Duo scientist was the most like Rick.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say like of all the scientists in Wing, Duo scientist would probably be the only dude I could have a beer with, because that dude, he wore that stupid Hawaiian shirt. He wore that Hawaiian shirt without shame. You know you've got charisma if you can pull that off.
Okay, every time Hawaiian shirts always with that Benny from Black Lagoon, like always, right? It's just a guy who checked out, the guy from Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. But then
I mean, that's how that goes. Is like those, but see, then you look at the other side of that, like Hero side. You understand that Hero was in the program.
Yes.
You understand and you learn about what the previous mission was. You know, he's broken, blah, 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 right?
Yes.
Notice how they're very vague about how that led to Dr. J. The fuck was Dr. J doing? Because he gave missions somewhat, but there's some parts where Dr. J is reading the file on Hero. So clearly he wasn't giving him all the missions. But they don't talk about what the fuck Dr. J was doing before that.
Probably,
and the bitch has one of those prosthetic clamp arms. We don't talk about that. Like, Jay is one of the ones that I have the most questions about, and you can tell they purposely left him with the most questions. And even all the way into like fucking Endless Waltz, you'd still be like, "Well, what the fuck, Dr. J?" And he's just like,
because the thing is,
he's the one
like
who was always that stuck out to me of all the doctors, because it was just like, in the beginning, it was kind of like, it doesn't feel like you need to even be in this. Like, I don't feel like you even care. You're just here because someone like handed you something. You're like, oh, is this happening? I'm just walk in. Is that cool? All right, cool. That's just the vibe he always gave when it's like, I have to give Hero his mission. Hey, Hero, you should do this mission this way. Confirm. Okay, bye. And then you just go.
Oh my God.
But that's why I worked with Hero, because Hero was like that. He didn't ask questions. He wasn't curious. He wasn't doing like secret games to find out information from the other person. It was just like,
but Dr. J was dropping hints all over the place, waiting for like
all
Hero
over
to get curious, and he just never would. Like no one else has. That's what bugged me. Because eventually, remember, when they got to space, all the scientists did eventually meet. All the pilots met who each other's scientists are. Some of them knew the other scientists indirectly, one way or another, even before they met. And some knew the other one because they physically met but didn't know that was the scientist. But in all that, no one has questions about Jay. I mean, I get why the other scientists don't, because they're the scientists. But, like, all the other scientists are also talkative about what they've been doing during the projects and stuff. But if you think back, Dr. J didn't say shit.
See, so for your premise on there, I think the only one, if you wanted to get something out of Dr. J, the only pilot that would have been able to would have been Duo. Like, if Duo and Hero would have switched doctors, it would have still worked. It would have worked that Duo would have asked Dr. J, you would have got more information, and the Hero
no,
would
we still wouldn't have had Operation Meteor, because if they switched doctors, then yeah, Death Sight would have never made it.
Yeah, he would have never made it. But I'm just saying, if you want answers from Dr. J, the only pilot who was gonna probe him and get actual rational answers was Duo of all of them.
Technically, no. Catra could whine enough that Jay would tell him so he'd shut up.
That's so true, though.
That is true.
If Catra asked enough questions, Jay would be like, I'll just tell you so you'll go on the damn mission. Go.
Go. Well, Troy definitely wasn't going to say shit. And honestly, Troy got the worst bit because you got Heavy Arms. Heavy Arms was the worst Gundam. Especially
no.
He was the worst Gundam for independent.
Let's keep it simple. Why do you think why was Heavy Arms stupid?
No, I'm not saying he was stupid. I'm saying he was the worst for an independent mission where you have to be in charge of replenishing your own fucking supplies.
Okay, then yes, I'll agree with you on that. That whole I have to be in a circus and steal from a base and all this sub. That is dumb. Everybody else had fucking resources, and he's out here like scavenging.
Well, everyone else had like energy weapons. He actually had conventional weapons where it's like, yeah, I gotta replace these barrels of bullets somehow.
But that's what I mean. Like, most of his was literally raiding the bases for supply. All the others are like, hey, we gotta go to the base to destroy it. Yes. Troll was like, hey, I gotta fucking go in here and get my shit, then blow it up. Mm-hmm. Like, this is money right here. Nah.
That's why it's the worst. That's why it's the worst of them, because like I actually had to do shit. Like, what the fuck? And you're sitting here looking at Sandrock, the Sandrock guy being a bitch, like, oh, I have money. I actually have other people who's in my army. What the fuck?
Officially, the two suits should have been swapped in their positions. Heavy Arms would have been perfect to team with the Magwanaut Corps.
Yeah.
Sandrock, given how acrobatic fucking Troa is, Sandrock could benefit with that, with its fucking weapons.
Yes.
Aerial combat spinning fucking Sandrock. Like, that's what you would get from him. And, you know, you wouldn't get that much from Catra, but, you know, more missiles added to Magwanaut Corps would be awesome, and they're not going to complain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want them to die. They're doing the job. They're cool.
You know,
they have a shitty boss.
But they have the money to pay for the shit, so he wouldn't have to go get extra fucking ammunition. Like, yeah.
But that's what I said. Like, in his side, he got screwed because, remember, he would be funded by the Bartons, but he's not a Barton.
Yes.
So he can't call back and be like, hey, I'm out of shit.
And he's
because they're going to be like, who are you? Who is this?
And he's trying to afford this shit on a circus salary. It's like one bullet would cost you a year for a circus.
Why the fuck do you think for the first beginning half of that story, the moment the Gatling gun was out, that fucking knife came out and he was flying through the air? He's like, nope, I can't afford it. You gotta die. I can't give more bullets. I gotta end this.
Mm-hmm. I'm out here in the snow and shit. That's why they didn't make him black. I mean, like, what the fuck, bro? It's cold.
Because also, think about it. all the other pilots too, at some point, with the exception of Duo, because Duo technically knew how to fix his shit for some reason. Like, I guess he picked it up. But other than Duo, everybody else had to, like, go to their pilots or find a mechanic. Troll's out there just fucking doing it. Like, if the shit broke, he's just like, okay, well, the leg's broke, so walk on it.
Right?
Like, he didn't know how to fix it. There was nobody around. He's just like, well, Heavy Arms is just fucked, so I guess I just lack a leg now.
The thing was that he still wasn't saying shit was fucked up in Endless Waltz. Didn't say shit was fucked up at the end of Gundam Wing. He never said a word. He just okay.
In Endless Waltz, it does seem a little weird, but I get it. You know, you're preparing for the big battle. We don't have time to reconstruct your whole Gundam. We're just going to put some more armor on there, give you a few extra missiles, paint job. You're good. Go on. Go on out there.
Why the hell did they get the... You know what? Before I continue on with my thought, it must be said that this special this Gundam debate revival thing is kind of brought to you by Captain K's birthday. Yes, it was his birthday yesterday, which is what I was going to bring that up for Slab Lounge, and then anyway. So happy birthday, Captain!
And the debate stopped eating.
Yeah. So one thing I will say. You know which asshole got away with shit? Like, in the Gundam universe has never had any repercussions? Mishima from Stardust Memory. Gundam 0083. Because she shot the main antagonist's buddy during the final battle, and she butt-fucked him. Was working for the, wasn't she working for the Earth? Like, in secret or something like that, to strike a deal just to get away with everything?
I believe so.
Yeah, no, she was a total bitch and still walked...
I believe so.
Yeah, and she still walked away clean with all that nonsense, and you did, like... which... I forgot the link. Like,
no,
I forgot... No,
look,
one thing...
You can't say that and then still in the same note that we were just talking about Gundam Wing, not look at all those pilots and be like, look, we're going to let y'all still run around the planet and be cool. Even though you're basically weapons of mass destruction that has went through and slaughtered tons and tons of people.
Okay. But I will say this much, though. Like, because I'm trying to remember, like, the characters' names. Like, what's-his-face and... The main protagonist, the main antagonist, because they both were shagging up with the same girl. You know, like, even though she chose the protagonist at the end, you know the protagonist was all like, was he better than me? Like, you know it! You know it!
I mean, at some point, yeah, you gotta ask the question.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is the antagonist kills himself in the end by kamikazing into his ship. Like, the battle is said and done. You know he's gonna accuse her of like you're just saying that to her to make me feel better. I'll never know the truth.
One day you'll know the truth when you look in the chronicles.
God, but like some waifu logic is just stupid. With between Relena and Hero, I remember that. I remember we were focused on that.
They both have issues. They both have issues, so I'm assuming that's why they're together. Because, look, someone tells me they're coming to kill me. I'm not going to spend all of, like, a year following them around, being like, why are you trying to kill me? And then proceed to be like, hey, do it!
Wait, Robert, did you just join us? Because you said you joined us beforehand.
No, it like just kicked me out weirdly, and I just rejoined, and then it said I was there again. It was weird, but now it's not. It was a weird thing.
Joining.
Well, that's Zoom's. Anyway, so it's still the waifu logic, because it's not just that. It's not just the it's not wing waifu. Look at Char's counterattack waifu. Amuro's love interest, potential love interest. What the hell was her name? She was all like, she was. He kept her waiting outside his room for like 5 hours before he was like, "Oh, you're here."
To be fair, Char's used to being a dick, though.
Huh?
Char's used to being a dick.
No, not Char. Amuro.
Oh, Armor. Oh, yeah, that is kind of weird for him.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Amuro's waifu, he just comes out and says, like, it's my waifu is Char.
I mean, canonically, it may not be that far off at this point, as many times they forcibly encounter each other.
That is true, but it's still so stupid. Like, okay, the reason why Amuro and Char really hate each other's guts is because they kind of blame each other. They both blame each other for the death of Lelouch. Is that her name? Char's like
me? I'm trying to remember her name. It has been big. Bear with me.
Yeah.
Lelouch from Geass?
No,
not from Code Geass.
Code Geass. That's another fucking stupid thing. Fuck
It
Code
wouldn't have
Geass.
been if it wouldn't have been if it wasn't so dumbass that we just had this fucking dumbass coronation for a dumbass king for no fucking reason except to keep this fucking culture alive, which means nothing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what about Zero? Zero. Fuck you. Oh, I can take control of your being, and whatever I say, you have to do. So I'll always say to kill yourself. And shut. Fuck. Okay. No.
The thing would have been great if it wasn't like, hey, you basically had everything. Oh shit! Nunnally might be in trouble. Oh, your little paralytic fucking sister might be in trouble? Not that much in trouble, but you fucking have everyone's life in your hands right now, and you can lead a revolution. Oh, I'm gonna leave everyone for this bitch in a wheelchair. Like, come on. Like, what the fuck? Like, seriously? Like, seriously,
I honestly haven't seen past
everything.
that point.
And it's like this bitch in a wheelchair who, in the end, you just fucking got your memories rewrote. You got your bitch in the wheelchair taken away and got some fucking dumbass, pushy-ass, naive brother made as your fucking watchdog in the second one. Like, come on. And your best friend, whose father sold everyone out, is still being like, I want to do the right shit fucking thing. Oh my god, he wants to be white so bad.
Wow. I mean, you're not exactly wrong. It's been a while since I've watched any Geass at all.
Dude, he wants to be white so bad. Oh, I'm in Lancelot 1. Oh, I betrayed my best friend out just for this ideal because I feel bad that my father sold everyone out. So I'm gonna do everything right underneath the master say so I can fucking redeem myself. What the fuck, bro?
Yeah, I know, right? No, that's yeah. I'm pretty sure he takes responsibility for the sun rising in the morning. That's just that's just that kind of.
He must, because he committed a sin.
It's like how do you go from being like, I feel really bad that my father betrayed everyone, so I'm gonna fucking assimilate to the dominant culture that fucking made us do this shit in order to get our freedom back and fuck everyone else. Like, Zero was working for to fucking topple everything down and everyone having freedom. No, not Suzaku. I just want to keep the same system. I just want us to be better than everyone else. You are just as bad as those East Indian people. You are just as bad as Vivek Ramaswamy, who's trying to tell black people how the NRA and the Second Amendment helped us get civil rights. Fuck all y'all.
Dude,
yeah.
You want to talk retard logic? Fine. Let's talk retard logic. Let's talk, Char's counterattack retard logic. the the Earth Unified Government, or whatever the fuck, the Earth Federation, they only care for themselves, and it's like, whatever we
Wait, which Earth and a Federation rendition are we doing? Are we doing Gundam Seed, Horrible Earth Federation, Gundam Wing, Horrible Earth Federation? Like, they all had different...
Which version this week?
It's from Char's Counterattack. He's talking about, like, oh, I want to wage war on the Earth Federation on the grounds that they conquered us. And I'm like, okay, so you want your freedom? No, we don't want our freedom. We just want those fat pigs to know, to not be complacent. So I'll just drop colonies on everybody on planet Earth for no reason. And I'm like, what?
Jax, he's like, you know who he should have teamed up with? She should have teamed up with Xenon, girl of the 21st century in Disney, when they were jettisoned off those colonies for some reason.
Or how about the whole when mobile dolls were coming about, a rebellion sprang up because they're like, oh no, we don't want AI fighting for us. Humanity must fight their own battles. Just like, dude. Look, I'm not saying AI fighting wars for us is a good thing. Last thing I want in a realistic society is robots and military. AI and military should never mix. But like when you have like regular people that are just all like, man, I got nothing better to do. How about we try fighting robots for no fucking reason? Society hasn't changed at all. So let's just go after the robots because we got nothing better to do. That is literally their reasoning.
Well, you know, it's weird because of that AI discussion. Like now, you see like a lot of the news networks, MSNBC, CNN, whatever, Fox, are talking a lot more about the AI, ChatGPT and shit. And I've been saying, like, we've been saying Skynet for the past fucking, like, what, 15 years? What happened to Will Smith and iRobot? Like, dude, we've been making movies of this shit forever.
Like, nothing.
Then nothing. And now they're all like, oh, we're afraid. Like, dude, we've been afraid. Some of us have been out here on the front lines. Like, what we doing, bro?
I ain't worried about it.
Oh, I'm gonna worry about it like a mother.
They ain't worried about it. They're all like, oh, let's get some guardrails, and now we got to deal with this politician shit. And the problem is like, it's going to some 80-year-olds who's just like, on the hill, just like, I don't understand what's happening. It doesn't really affect me because I'm going to die in the next 5 years. Like, what the fuck? Right?
I'm going to be gone. Fuck you.
I mean, look, like I said, I don't want AI in the military. That's just the thing. But in Gundam,
you don't want them in you don't want them in the Space Force. You don't want them on the ISS. You don't want an Elon Musk out there.
First of all, Elon Musk. If AI was Elon Musk, then I'd be infinitely more fearful because then everything would just explode.
Yeah,
everything. The thing is, the problem with Elon Musk. Okay, people. You people might suck or dick ride Elon Musk. He's a fucking idiot. He didn't invent Tesla. He bought it. His dad was rich. He had a lot of fucking emerald mines. This guy's a fucking idiot who just got fucking lucky, like Coyote Diablo with Coyote Ugly. She got lucky once. A stripper got lucky once. Like Cardi B got lucky once. Fuck, this shit happens. People get lucky. Doesn't mean they know anything. They don't. They got lucky once.
I mean, Robert's not exactly wrong. Which should really be a catchphrase.
Right? Not exactly wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you got lucky once.
Wait. Oh. And then one of those space missions. No, because I'd honestly do a callback to our second Gundam debate part 2, Electric Boogaloo. Because I opened the episode up like this. Dude was riding on a space rail thing to go into outer space, and here I am just going like, ugh. And then Captain laughs, and I'm just like, ah.
Okay, but if you're riding a space rail and the shit malfunctions halfway through, do you have to like walk out yourself. Kind of like when I was younger, I went to Palm Springs and went to a place called Oasis, and I got stuck in one of those single closed tube water slides, and I had to slide myself out for the last 1/3 of the ride. So if you got stuck on a rail to eject yourself out for Gundam, do you just have to like walk out and just jump off? Like, what happens?
I don't know, but like, you want to know what? You know what? You want to know what I want to see now? A Gundam theme park, just for
Oh god!
For
They have
Gundams.
that in Japan. They already have that in Japan.
No,
Like,
but you have to be
there.
in a Gundam to go to the
No, they
theme
have
park.
that. I'm telling you, they have that. They have actual Gundams. You can go in there in Japan. They got that shit.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's why I want to go there. They got that shit.
That's awesome. I mean, I'm legit jelly.
I legit want to go there. Like, that's one of my bucket lists is to fucking go there to Japan. Like, it's great. I mean, maybe Korea for some of the K-pop and the girls, but like
South Korea then. South Korea.
like yeah, well, South Korea, yeah, South Korea and
I was
Japan.
like, pick your Koreas correctly.
Yeah, right.
Right. Those are the two I would want to go to. And for Japan, more so Tokyo and the southern part, not really trying to go to Hokkaido. I am black. I do not do the cold well.
But, okay. Well,
I'm just
Nihon
saying.
in general is you know, when it's winter is coming.
Well, winter is coming. They got dozens of islands. They got to worry about winter, worry about earthquakes and volcanoes.
Well, you worry about that.
But
well,
you know what? Tomaka119, look her up on Instagram. She got cannons. People will know what I mean.
Okay.
Dang.
I'll listen to Robert on that. I'll take Robert's word for it. But
Yeah, I watch her on Instagram all the time. Have no idea what the fuck she's saying. Most of the people who follow her have no idea what the fuck she's saying. But we're all just waiting for some reason, for one day that she unleashes those cannons. I'm just saying.
okay.
That's what everyone's looking for.
Speaking of huge protrusions, Captain, what the hell is on your back?
What?
What's
Oh, some rail thing. It's a cavalry unit.
It looks like it's a butt plug.
It's for the Vernier jets in the back.
Okay. Okay. I was honestly just curious. God, I cannot wait for Armored Core 6. Like, I saw gameplay footage. I'm legit ecstatic.
It looks so gorgeous.
Yes, it does look gorgeous.
So fun.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a video game? I don't think I play anyone. I feel like I heard that
Armored
game.
Core started back in the PS1 days. It was,
Okay, yeah, it's on a PlayStation because I that's the thing is like I think I've heard the game a lot, and it's like because I had PS1 and PS2, and then I didn't fuck with PS3. I fucked with 4, didn't fuck with 5 yet.
Okay, so the Armored Cores that you want to play, if in all honesty, are the first one and the third. Third one they say is the third one still hands down the best. 4 is no one really liked. I didn't even know there was a 5.
I mean,
Captain
it's
was telling me about that one.
It's not. It's not the best. It's number 4. It's like meh.
Yeah.
It's big.
The third
At
one's the
best.
best. The third one is the best of the bunch. But from what it looks like now, I don't know, like, because 6 looks really, really, really fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's about you choose your mech, you customize the mech's weapons, you go out and destroy other shit.
Oh, is it like a Samurai Warriors, Dynasty Warriors type of game where it's just like one guy killing thousands of shit?
No,
It's literally just like mech battles.
yeah. It had its combat was similar to, well, actually this Gundam game. It's
similar to what this design is because the controls are functionally what Armored Core's controls were. Like key presses and everything. That's why I'm kind of okay with manipulating stuff in there because the key presses are about the same.
It's just that Armored Core 6 looks like it's a lot faster now. Like, holy crap.
Oh yeah.
It looks
The
so
way
much
that ran, I was like, I'm almost scared that my fingers are too old for it.
But for the armor, is it conventional armor like a tank, or are you Gundam?
You can have your mech can have tank treads, and you could roll around at the speed of sound just shooting shit. You can have like shoulder mounted guns. You can have like a smart missile system. You could in 3 Armored Core 3 you can kind of fly. 6 they're letting you 6 looks like you can have complete free flight completely. I don't think it's going to be for the Switch though. I think it's just going to be PS4, I think PS5, Xbox, and Windows.
It probably is because the Switch has way weaker graphics and shit. That's why the Hogwarts game still hasn't come out until I think next month.
Dude, do yourself a favor. Don't buy that Hogwarts game. Not because it sucks. Well, actually, no. Not because of the controversy, but because, like, after, like, from what a lot of people told me, for the first, like, hour or two, it's great up until you go into the open world and it's just a grindathon.
Well, it's probably gonna be like like Elder Scrolls, but worse.
Well, Elder Scrolls, yeah, it was a grindathon, but like there was a reason to grind. It's for your character level.
But I mean, like Elder Scrolls, like 3, not like the new shit where they make shit easier.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
like
well,
3,
3
when it was like open world, you actually have to grind for shit.
Yeah, well, with 3, that also made sense for 3 because, like, that magic customized system thing they had back in the day was, you really had to be high level in order to get to use it properly.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
With Hogwarts Legacy, it's not it. You just get your character higher level just to hit harder. That's literally all there is to it. And even then, like it's like multiple currencies. I think they went full on like Marvel's Avengers kind of from what people have been telling me. Like that.
They have a lot of potential. Like if they're gonna go full open world, they need to do full open world, where it's like full open making potions. Like you make these recipes, you can fuck around, do it. You can do your Ravencroft. You can have these different like, the different houses. Like you needed to make it where people felt like limits and shit. Like you could be casual. You could probably beat it as casual. You just want to be ranked as high as well. But the problem with Harry Potter and other shit is they want everyone who people who say they are actual Hufflepuffs, they want to make them feel like they're Yu-Gi-Oh! And you know what? I was just talking about today. I'm like, you know what that is? It actually means King Yugi. I just figured that shit out today.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, because it's the same thing as if you ever watched Fist of the North Star. Every time you kept going through Kenshiro's brothers. Oh, you're going to meet. Oh, did you hear the rumors? Oh, Ken-O, King of Fist. He's out there. But then later you find out that Ken-O is Ra-O. And you're like, look. It's just...
Right? But the thing is, because I bought myself like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Shirt today that said King of Games, and it was weird, like everything started connecting. I'm just like, yeah, you know what? Fuck everyone else. Everyone else is underneath the brand of Yu-Gi-Oh! Everyone else is underneath the brand of King Yugi. I'm the fucking best. Fuck all y'all.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense, because also at the same time, like, the Yu-Gi-Oh! We got as anime is not the same as original manga Yu-Gi-Oh! So...
No, it's not. It's not, but you know what? The first Yu-Gi-Oh! Was so good with Kaiba and Pegasus and all that shit, and I'm still was like, Yugi needed to smash Taya.
Yeah. Right. No, he had to go after Mai if they were going to do that.
No, Mai was...
Because Taya's there. Taya is the Sakura of the group. You can't go after the Sakura if she's there offering it.
Okay, I'll admit that. That was... The thing was weird with Taya is they never explained why Taya was there. Like, with Joey, and Joey was basically brothers with Tristan. Okay, those two were there. And then Joey and Tristan used to pick on Yugi, and then they became friends. That made sense. Why the fuck is Ted there? They never explained it. They never explained. Mai was there because she was a hot ass, try to take advantage of Joey and fell in love with Joey, and she just wanted her fucking coochie fucking smash. That made sense.
It
never
just
made
took her a
sense.
while to figure out it was Joey that she wanted to do.
Yeah, but Ted never made sense. They never explained why Ted was a part of the group.
Because they wanted her to be love interest, but there's no way to work love interest in for Yugi purposes. Everybody else technically could get Yugi, Kaiba, Pegasus, Bakura, and ending first. What the fuck was his name?
Oh, the guy who
Started with an M.
Malik.
Thank you, Mal.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them. They can't have love interests for plot reasons. They're not allowed. Like Pegasus, it's because his love interest is dead. So you can't give him a new one. That's the whole crux of his story. That's
his
why
whole
he's
thing.
playing the game. His wife is dead. Even though when you first meet Pegasus in English dub, you would not believe he had a wife.
Not at all.
But-
He seemed like George Clooney. He was a silver haired George Clooney, basically.
Like, Japanese Pegasus, that's different. It's a whole different acting skill. But when you listen to an English Pegasus, you would not for a second be like, when they go into the backstory, be like, yes, Pegasus lost his wife and then he gave up his eye to this. Be like, hold on. Pegasus had a wife? What?
Dude, Pegasus.
Like, I'm not doubting the pharaohs and shit. Pegasus had a wife.
With Pegasus in the dub sounded like if he had a wife, he definitely killed her. Like, right?
Yeah.
Like, he definitely killed her.
Like, I feel like he's lying about the story so that nobody asks details. Like, oh, the wife died, and I just acquired the Millennium Eye. And you're like, I push X to doubt. I'm doubting.
Well, I mean, like, he seemed very just, like, doing random shit. Because he had that whole island tournament, and then after that, the whole dungeon dice monsters. Like, oh,
Yeah,
right?
to the scale of everything else that follows. Yeah, Pegasus doesn't seem like the shadiest person in the series. I mean, fucking Atlantis. Goddamn Atlantis.
Pegasus was a mix of Elon Musk and George Clooney. That's what I would say.
Yes.
You want to hear like rich and so see. This is why I'm so grateful the three Kwamis are here. So like if any, because you two can carry a debate onto yourselves. I was literally researching. I'm like, okay, I am sick of talking old Gundams. It's time I started looking into new Gundam. What kind of Gundam is out? Oh, Hathaway is getting a sequel. Skip. Wait, what's this Gundam? What's this Gundam Witch of Mercury nonsense? So I started looking into that. Apparently, number one, a lot of people enjoy it. It's they actually so much so that it's not taking place in UC anymore. It's a new timeline. It's a new calendar.
Oh, you know it's important, man. Jesus.
Yeah, and it's talking about like capitalism, political corruption, and revenge. And I'm like, okay, who's the protagonist? It's a woman. What's her name? Oh, I can't pronounce it. Either way, what is So I'm looking into...
Are they trying to do like a Saint Seiya spin-off type of Gundam shit here?
I'm looking at the Wikipedia page right now on my phone. So, like, apparently
I'm willing to go to a different world for Gundams and shit. Like, me personally, I feel like after the Gundam Seed Destiny shit, I did not care that much for Gundam Iron Blood Orphans. Did not care that much for that shit.
I actually liked it.
Iron Blooded Orphans was alright.
It was okay. I just didn't care that much for it. I don't know. I guess I really felt the dynamic for the two protagonists originally. So it was a rip-off of Tengen Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I can sympathize because
I can see where you say that because I was getting those vibes in the beginning.
Yeah, no, I can sympathize because like a character, it can really character dynamics do help with the story being carried. Because if you have terrible characters, then the story suffers. On the flip side, if you have a terrible story, but with a good character, then your experience gets revived. I have a perfect example of that when I
What, like Darling and the Franks?
and no, I have one that's even better. I took Captain K, the roommate who shall not be named, and I think Captain K's partner at the time. I was like, "Hey, dude, we gotta watch Hulk versus Wolverine. Trust me, it sucks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when Deadpool, the movie was terrible. It was complete god awful garbage to the ultimate power. All three of them were looking at me with utter disdain. And I'm like, guys, just keep hold out hope. I'm serious. When Deadpool shows up, he will save this movie, and that is exactly what he did. He made that movie from beyond terrible to just terrible but hilarious.
Oh, for the Deadpool too? Wait, are you gonna see? Okay, I guess I'm asking this, Doug. We're both in San Diego because Wrexham is coming to play Manchester United here next month in June, and Ryan Reynolds will be there because they're gonna shoot their next season for Wrexham.
Oh, huh. Okay.
I mean, I'm a Manchester United fan. Whatever, want to go? Like, I get tickets or whatever.
I mean, maybe. What date does it fall?
You're like, I got time.
I don't know. It's in June, somewhere in June. One of my coworkers is already going, whatever. But it's basically Wrexham versus Manchester United. Wrexham is going to get wrecked. But I know Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney from Always Sunny will be there because they'll be shooting this for the next seasons.
Oh, I mean, like, if it... Because I know I'm gonna... Because Lemon Grove wants me working their summer program bit. So, like, I just don't know what days that fall... Like, what day in June it falls on, because it's smack dab in the middle
I don't know.
of that.
I'll have to go back and look again. I just knew about this, and I was talking to my friend from work, but I was just never planning on going. But, now that we're talking about some horrible ideas with, like, Deadpool and some other shit, I'm like, well, let's fucking see Ryan Reynolds in person.
Hey, if I could get...
See what he has to say for himself.
Exactly. And, like, what do you got to say about yourself on there? As, like, I don't know, I'm Canadian and I fuck Blake Lively.
He's gonna tell you to go buy fucking Mint Mobile to talk to him.
He sold that company.
I would get down on that if I could see one of Blake Lively's nipples.
You can go look for a movie.
I'd probably try to make them laugh with Zormp, the space alien that has no idea how to pick up how human culture works, but is so full of himself that he comes out with a book on how to pick up women.
If we got to a point where if me and you were at that game and we're talking to actual Ryan Reynolds, we would have to push our city council idea on them, right? Like,
well, that too, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't. The last
that's
thing.
Number one. Let's see if he wants to get on that. Why not? Easy money put down. He doesn't have to do shit. It's a Danny DeVito, Always Sunny Philadelphia situation.
Maybe, but that we probably have to talk off camera. But seeing as how we're coming close to time, we should end this. I tell you what I'm gonna do. On our next Slab Lounge, I promise that I will actually watch some of this Witch of Mercury thing, and I will tell you what I have found for the next Slab Lounge, so we can continue with this Gundam debate prim and proper. Because this Gundam debate, because despite how much Gundam has really just cracked the whip, the fact that they're going on this new timeline really has piqued my interest, and I'm like, okay, so they're no longer in Universal Century, so that means no Xeon, none of that. Fine. I will see where this takes me. I will go down this rabbit hole. But I swear to God, if it's a Gundam Unicorn again, I'm going to rage. Gundam Unicorn, aka we want to be Char's counterattack so bad. God, that was a waste of my fucking time. Anyway, let me attempted burp. Oh, that was actual burp. Never mind. That said, thank you all for tuning into the Slab Lounge. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, for more Gundam, as the Slab Lounge is the #1 podcast in America, according to me. That said, see you guys later.